Welcome to the channel, and today I wanted to cover the newest patch notes from the College Football 25 update on August 8th. If you like today's video, consider dropping a like and a sub as we are on the road to 500 subs, and I would really enjoy if you tagged along. But anyways, to give you all the most info in the least amount of time, I wanted to cover as much as I can in under 4 minutes, so let's go. So first things first, let's hit the stadiums up. They fixed the stadiums for Oregon State, Texas State, Kansas, Kennesaw State, Oklahoma State, Wake Forest, UL, and Nebraska, as well as the Holiday Bowl bowl game stadium. They all fixed those to make them more realistic and different things like that. After that, they cover some jersey additions they made. There's a lot of these. They made some updates to jerseys that affect how realistic they are, and they added some for colleges, and those colleges are Northwestern, Baylor, Oregon, Iowa State, Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, Bowling Green, UTEP, Boise State, New Mexico State, App State, Texas State, Louisiana, and New Mexico, and then also South Alabama. And then again, they added updates to a bunch of jerseys I'm not going to cover here. If you want to see those, go check out the post. So moving on to things that really affect your dynasty. So sim logic has been revised along with building a larger gap between good players and bad players. This is also coupled with polling logic that has been revised to better rank teams for the playoffs. You can see Bordeaux here on his YouTube ran through multiple sims and found out like really hard for 4 lost teams to make the college football playoffs. So I think they really hit it the nail on the head. Mostly with this, it's not perfect still, but it has been better. If you look farther down the top 25 list, it kind of gets finicky, but the 12 teams that make the playoff should be pretty tried and true. Recruiting logic, they changed to be more realistic and remove a lot of strategies found during the early access to get high level recruits. Things that are like unrecruited 4 to 5 stars has been decreased, so to reduce the cheese that you can do. Teams will also pursue less quarterbacks, so AI teams will pursue quarterbacks less, and they increase the number of players that AI teams will pursue. And this again is all just to make sure that 4 and 5 stars don't fall through cracks. So like teams really far down the list, like if they're not interested, you probably won't get them. They also fixed the top 5 recruiting list where you could invite the player to come to your school for whatever reason. They also tune visits to influence effects. Things that increase disparity of winning and losing. So if you win, you get more. If you lose, I guess you lose more or lose less. Lose less by the sound that they worded it. Or when choosing a visit topic, they are going to penalize you more for if you don't have a good grade in that category. So if the player likes it a lot and you have a C plus, you're going to get penalized more than if you have like a B plus or an A plus, something like that. And they also made some changes to various custom conferences and scheduling issues that have been addressed throughout the dynasty. Along with this, something in the menus that like isn't really a big thing, but they changed platinum from like a glowing silver to a purple, so it's very easy to identify now. Thank goodness I was straining my eyes just to be able to see it. And then they've changed the college football 25 playoff, how it just looks. Nothing else changed, it just looks visually different. Next up, we have general game mechanics. So some of these things that they've improved or nerfed is spin move has been nerfed. So there's been a lot of complaints about how Quinshawn Judkins specifically can just spin move all the way down the field. The pursuit of players have been changed so that they want to really exemplify the differences between players with high and low pursuit. FCS teams has been nerfed as well, so they made a joke about how they've been using NFL players for some reason, so you won't be losing as much to NFL players going forward, or FCS teams going forward. New shotgun formations have been added to 35 teams or so. Trailing defenders, broken tackles have been nerfed. Tons of playbook and playbook issues have been fixed. Various gameplay issues have been fixed as well. So moving on to Road to Glory, they added an additional NIL scenario that you can do, fix some bugs with rewards, skill points maxing out and crashes, rework some wear and tear UI visuals, fix some other issues around coach trust, weekly agenda recap with energy, progress bars, and academics not finishing early when you spend enough time and get a good enough grade point average. So another thing they added was Road to College Football Playoff. They added 2 more tiers that brought us to a total of 5 tiers, and they allocated points accordingly to that. And then they also did some updates to College Ultimate Team. There are a ton of things they covered in this. I'm not going to cover each and every one. I'll just put the updates scrolling behind in the video, and you can pause and read for yourself. But they did a ton of stuff, a lot of good improvements I do see here. So hopefully it improves the community stuff. I don't typically play cut a lot, but I know a lot of people do, so hopefully it improves. So that is the update in just barely over 4 minutes. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, I would like to ask you all for a like and join us on the road to 500 subs. We're so very close, and I would really appreciate it. But regardless, I am glad you stopped by, and I hope to see you in the next one.